Take two, because Bobby's a fucking diva editor. Welcome to the POS podcast, the podcast that finds the POS in stories that we find from, I'd say all over the world, but it's always the New York Post. That's all I ever find them from, because it's the worst newspaper in the world. Joining me, as always, is my lovely co-host, the donkey of comedy, Bobby Tamburo. And before we even start the show, if you're not over on the Patreon, what the fuck are you doing? You get the episodes as soon as we're done. As soon as we're done recording tonight, they are there. You get 2 a week, a bonus one. You can also be on the show. If you have a story that you want to share, you can be on, only if you're a patron. So get on over there, sign up. It's as little as $3 a month, and you get 12, 14, sometimes 15 episodes a month. That's more than most places are giving you. And we're not famous people, so we'll actually let you be on the fucking show. Make sure you check that out. Get on over to YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on there as well. The POS Podcast, same thing on Instagram and Twitter. And that being said, Bobby, introduce our guest.
Hey, I'm Bobby, and joining us tonight, we have a real treat. If you're listening to the audio-only version, we have one guest, and if you're watching, we have a different one. If you're listening, we've got Tina Forte joining us. And if you're watching, it's the one, the only, Ivana Bonetti.
How you doing?
Yeah, and people are going to go, she's doing a voice. Not doing a voice. Not doing a voice at all. This was a voice that I heard for the first time when Frank sends me names of people saying, these are the people on the show with us, Pat, on Thursday. Check it out. I got this girl, Ivana Bonetti. That's what he said the first time. Ivana Bonetti.
Wait a minute. He called me what?
Oh, he can't read.
He called me what?
Ivana Bonetti.
I will run to Connecticut right now. I'm enraged.
And then I go, what name? He goes, I can't read. And I read it, and I go, okay. And he points over, and there was 2 people on the show that day. There was you, and then Mary Montgomery. And Mary Montgomery was a 6-foot, used to be a man lady. And I'm like, I wonder which one's which. And I just went,
be a man lady.
Let me tell you, me and Mary are girlfriends, okay? I love Mary.
I'm not saying, no, and Mary's a wonderful person.
I'm running to Connecticut right now. I found 2 pieces of shit, and this show hasn't even started yet. Where's Frank? Where's you? I'm running to Connecticut.
Frank's not allowed here anymore.
Where's the bus?
By the way, I know you guys are friends, but I'm 47, so it's hard for me to say you're girlfriends. You're friends, you and Mary. Mary probably has a bigger penis than me, but Mary's a wonderful person. Anyway, so I said, in my head, I was like, oh, you must be Mary, because Ivana Bonetti sounds like a name I would make up if I was a tranny. Like, so it's, you know what I mean? It sounds like a fun, it's Ivana Bonetti and Lipstick Jones. Like, those are the names you would get. And then so I went over to Ivana, and she goes, no. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you're Mary. And then I met you, and you went, hello. And I was like, oh, okay. The world's not making sense anymore. I'm happy you could be on. You've been doing comedy for how long now?
Actually, I'm coming on almost a year. I've been doing 11 months.
Oh, mostly in Boston area?
Boston, Brooklyn, Lower East Side, Manhattan, Rhode Island, Miami Beach, everywhere.
Anywhere where they talk like that.
Anywhere they want to hear this sexy voice, yes.
That is, you're smart to go to places with other accents, so you know, like they can't really make fun of you. Did you always have that? Like, were you a little kid, or was it like puberty and all of a sudden you had it?
No, So this voice is a product of my neighborhood, because I'm born and raised in Boston's North End. So everybody, like, you think this accent's bad? I come from an entire family, an entire building that all sounds like this, but at different frequencies, okay? Like, we're all loud, stereotypical Italians in my house. So I grew up like this, but I thought everybody talked like this until I left Boston.
But I mean, like, okay, a Boston accent's a Boston accent, but you have the most Boston and the most Italian together. Like, that's a combo. You usually get one or the other. The one dominates.
Yeah, this is just how I talk. I think I came out of my mother saying, how you doing?
That would be, no, Bobby, would you pay for phone sex with this one?
Yes, but
I think there's a market. I'm not lying. I think there's a market for it. A guy who wants to get yelled at, like, yeah.
Not for the gratification, just for the comical of being like hearing the lack of R, like fuck me harder.
Yeah. Spank me with a spoon.
Not for nothing, Bobby. At this rate, I'm charging you double, okay?
Bill Burr's new shit's real experimental.
Wow.
But seriously though, like your voice, if you get any sort of fame, your cameo is going to be huge. Because if they knew who you were, like, if they knew who you were, all of a sudden you'd want that. Even if they didn't, if people got to know that you had that voice, you could do that with phone call. Like you would want that to leave that on a voicemail with somebody, like just getting mad and yelling at you. It's Fran Drescher-esque, but it's a little more spunky. You know what I mean?
I was going to say Nanny reboot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's no joke. I grew up watching The Nanny. She's my idol. She's my idol. And I always said to myself, if they ever do a reboot of The Nanny, I'm going in as Fran Drescher. There's no casting call needed. I'm there.
No, Bobby, you ever watch like a TV show, like a show, a documentary, and there's a guy who's come from another country, and they're like, "How'd you learn English?" He's like, "I watched MacGyver." I have a feeling she watched The Nanny, and that's where the accent came from. Like,
no, I really just talk like this.
I met your mother. She didn't sound like that.
What do you mean? Of course we all sound like this. Where are you gonna go in?
You are louder. But they had an accent, your mom and your sister, but it wasn't this.
The vocal cords wear down.
I was also a little more rougher around the edges. My sister's shy. I'm not shy.
No shit. By the way, I she's already like owned the fact she knows what she is. Like when I'm bringing her up for these shows, you're not supposed to have any credits, but she's like, just say I'm a delight. So that's all I said. Then she goes, she says I'm a delight, and then just right away starts yelling at the crowd. So.
Listen, because that's the joke. When I started,
I know. I like the fact that you're thinking. You're no. So I hate when people you make the host do a joke for them, but yours makes sense because the second they hear it, it's funnier that I say the opposite thing. There's a guy who used to do comedy in Western Mass, Artie Robb, great guy. He's in the hospital right now, so I feel bad for him. I'm not trying to make fun of him, but he's a 6'5" giant black man. What?
Riding behind Dion on the motorcycle when they
Dion
went
got out of
around
the hospital today. He's listening to the podcast tonight when he wakes up. I mean, he heard all about it. A buddy of mine got in an accident. We just all we do is make fun of him yesterday. He's happy to hear we're making fun of Brandon too. He's like, yeah, Brandon sent me the outfit that he was going to visit me in. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, Artie used to have a thing where he'd say, hey, Pat, bring me out as a 5'5" white man. And he's a 6'4" black man. I'm like, I mean, the crowd kind of laughed. It's like, okay, well, I don't get the joke. Me saying you're a delight. Not that you're not. You could be a delight and have that voice, but right away people are like, that's not a delight.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty fucking sweet. I'm a diabetic, so like, you know, I can be sweet.
I like that. She has the arm thing on. In one of the comics on the show, that kid that I forget his name, the kid who goes to UConn, he's kind of snarky, rich kid, whatever. He just goes, "What is that? Her birth control?"
No, another guy said that to me once. He goes up to me like it's a flirting line. He goes, "Oh, is that your birth control?" And I look at him. I go, "How bad are abortion laws that I gotta wear birth control on my fucking arm?"
By the way, it is a form of birth control because I was like, I'm not fucking a lady with fucking RoboCop shit on her.
Well, then it works.
There you go. That's like the old joke. It's like that birth control, it's just a patch over your eye because no one's fucking a pirate. Bobby, real quick, I'll ask her a question about a movie I watched, but you had commented when I wrote something on Facebook. There was a movie on Netflix that just came out called The Gray Man. Have you seen it or heard of it, Ivana?
No.
Okay, I thought you might because it's basically made for women because it's just got handsome men in it. It's an action movie, but it's Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and then for older women, it's got Billy Bob Thornton. And then the women aren't even known, but they all have accents. It's a super duper action movie. I saw it right away. Chris Evans has this shitty porn mustache, and I was like, I'm gonna hate this, but I want to hate watch it because I don't mind the action stuff, but I like a movie with like character development and a plot. And I'm like, this won't have any of that. It's gonna be everyone trying to be Ryan Reynolds, everyone trying to be snarky. I'm gonna hate the shit out of it. And I didn't hate it as much as I wanted to. Now I got mad that it didn't have the things I wanted, but it actually was better than I thought. But I posted on Facebook saying I didn't hate this as much as I wanted to, but I'm not saying I liked it. And then Bobby just commented, I've got a bit on this, so bring it up on the podcast. So I didn't bring it up yesterday because I forgot. So Bobby, I hate to force a bit on you, and there's probably a smoother way to do this, but what's the bit?
Oh, well, I haven't seen the show.
Okay.
Or anything. Is
but
it
no
a
one's
movie?
seen it. I'm just explaining a movie that's okay.
Wait a minute, but I got a couple notes on it. But go ahead, Bob.
No. What are your notes? Go ahead, because I may use them in
Okay.
I have nothing ready to go. Let's see.
You had a bit.
Oh, I do. You'll see where it's going in a second.
All right, so good. Break down the notes.
Okay. One, you saying you're watching it for the plot is like every woman saying they watch 50 Shades of Grey for the plot.
Yeah, I am like a woman. I'm telling you, I watch movies for character development. I do. I also, if you listen to this, I also got made fun of last week because the one time a girlfriend of mine at the time begged me to have anal with her. I cried in the shower after because I didn't like it. I am a very sensitive, feminine man for some reason. For a guy who's not that. I thought it was funny that our guest Barb said that made me gay, and I'm like, I hated anal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm obviously not gay. I mean, yes, it was with a woman, but like that's the thing you have to be gay. That's the thing you have to like. But I just didn't want to do it. Whatever. I get sensitive. If I'm gonna watch actors, Ryan Gosling is a handsome man, but he's also a good actor. Chris Evans, I don't think is a great actor, but he's a fine. Billy Bob Thornton is a tremendous actor. I was hoping it'd be good. It was just goofy and weird, but not as bad as I thought it would be. Bobby, I didn't even want to talk about this. You said you had a bit. Do the bit.
Yeah. What if instead of the gray man, right, it was the gay man?
That's what we're doing? That's the bit?
That was the bit, buddy.
That's the whole bit. You're just going to take the R out?
Ryan Reynolds is there like, I don't want my penis sucked. And then it's like Chris Evans and Billy Bob Thornton with this whole plot to suck his penis.
You didn't watch the movie because they're not friends.
The M. Night Shyamalan twist is he was gay all along.
You're gay all along. What is that? That's the bit?
That's what I got, buddy.
So you want to watch a Netflix blockbuster movie where a guy doesn't want to have his dick sucked and then two guys try to?
I feel like there's got to be more to it than that, right?
Yeah, okay. I would think there has to be more to it because
let's get into this. Let's say, right, main character, Billy Bob Thornton, he's the oldest. He's a rich millionaire, right? He's the head of
already not the movie at all, but go ahead.
He's a preacher, okay? He's a preacher, Southern
Just so you know,
Baptist.
the real plot of the movie is Billy Bob Thornton works for the CIA. Ryan Gosling's character was put in jail. You find out later because he killed his father, who was very abusive, but the police said it doesn't matter, you killed him, it's the top of your brother. So the CIA came in, they had this new operative thing where they were taking people that had the ability to kill and do things, but they thought they could make them do it for their side and put them into this secret group called Sierra. So they trained Ryan Gosling to be this guy to go around and kill the bad guys without having their own people doing it, called the Sierra. He was Sierra 6. Chris Evans, who plays this Lloyd guy, is like this mercenary, hire to kill psychopath who goes against the rules. But this bad guy who's in the CIA who wants to get rid of the Sierra people, take over, is hiring this guy to fucking try to kill all of them. And Billy Bob Thornton's on his way out. And the reason why they can get to him is because Billy Bob Thornton's niece gets kidnapped, and it's a whole fucking thing there. Now go to your movie where Billy Bob Thornton's a millionaire and wants to suck dick.
Who's that? He's a Joel Osteen type. Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton is?
Yeah, he works for a Southern Baptist church. He's like a real famous preacher, right? And Ryan Reynolds works for the LGBTQA instead of the CIA. And he's like, we got to bring
What's
this
the A?
Alternative.
Oh, I thought it was association.
Yeah, like smells like Teen Spirit. That's not the rhythm at all. But
No.
So Ryan Reynolds is like, we got to take this guy down. So they send in Chris Evans undercover as a.
Why do they have to take down an evangelist in the church? Because they don't like gays?
Well, no. Well, kind of. But there was also this kid with pigtails. He had 2 ponytails, and he got beat real bad.
You didn't watch yesterday's podcast. There's a child at a Baptist church who got abused by 2 women, and the boy got picked up, as they put in the article, by his top ponytail, Ivana. I didn't know that was a term, the top ponytail, but this boy had 2 ponytails, but they called the top one the top ponytail. And the teacher threw him by it and then punched him. And then also he went home without a shoe. And I know abuse is not funny, but in the article it said he came home and he had no shoe. And I found that very funny.
That is like the pettiest thing I've ever heard. It's like you go through all that, and on top of this all, he cannot even have his shoe.
No, well, and the mother, the only reason that made the mother complain. She goes, "Where's your shoe?
Where's your shoe?" One time,
he's got his
that
mess.
reminds me of the time I was petty with my brother, and I'm like petty, but I'm also kind of lazy. But I have to get revenge, so I stole his left shoelaces, like only the left ones. So like the right ones were fine, but I just took every left shoelace.
That's like the old classic rule. When you're going to slit somebody's tire, you only slit 3 of them. Because every place you buy tires has a buy 3, get the 4th free.
You still got a spare.
You're just going to ride around with a tire? Nobody's going to do that, Pat.
Well, you slit 3.
Right.
So you buy 3 new ones, and you get a 4th one for when you slit another one.
But I don't think anybody's just going to keep it with, you know what I mean?
It's called a spare tire.
All right, maybe slit 2 then. So they're like, maybe I should just slit it 1 more.
I'm saying it's like literally a spare. That's what you do. Yeah, 2 would be that.
You know there's more to a tire than just a tire, though, right? Like a spare tire is actually a spare wheel.
I understand that, but if you have bought an extra one, you still have a spare tire.
But you would have
it's better. If a guy's going around stealing my shoelaces and slashing my tires, it doesn't hurt to have some left shoelaces and an extra tire in my car.
Only the left ones.
That's it, which is insane because that makes you a psychopath. The fact that you can't just take them out, you're looking for the left shoe, which means you're probably grabbing both shoes in the dark and you're putting them together to see the V, to see which one is the left.
I had to be petty.
Yes, and it seems you were like Tom Petty. You were the most.
I mean, I had to be petty.
Yes. Bobby, are we going to go any farther with this gay movie?
No, we can let it go.
Wait, but can I just say one thing?
The twist was Chris Evans was straight and he didn't want to fuck him, but it was actually they all just got him there so they could all fuck Chris Evans. It was like, anyway, go ahead.
Chris Evans' mustache is the star of the show.
Listen, Pat, you're gonna hate me. You're gonna throw me out of the Zoom, okay? Right. But I gotta say this one thing.
Go for it.
I got attached to Chris Evans as Captain America. Yeah. So that man could read my obituary. And
this is why I thought you would have seen it, and a lot of women watched it because they've got all the men that women like. There are women that love Chris Evans. There are women that love Gosling. There are women that love Billy Bob Thornton. They've got 3 different types. They're almost building a boy band. You know what I mean? You got your sporty one, you got your fun one, you got your goofy one. They had it all.
I mean, Gosling doesn't have it. Oh.
Not for you, but Evans has it for you then. So see, they get you, they get the Gosling people, they get the Billy Bob people. They were smart to get 3 different kinds.
Now you got me started on a whole nother dimension. Oh, I can't even go down this road.
See, but Bobby, that means she'd watch your gay man movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's an awful movie, but people would watch it.
I was just a little worried with
I'm so confused about the plot, Bobby.
They're just trying to fuck. It's an easy plot. But Bobby, the problem is your movie would get canceled because they're not gay.
Which one?
Which one of them is not gay?
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
He drank whipped blood. Remember young Angelina Jolie, Billy Bob Thornton, when they had blood vials around each other's necks? Yeah, he's not gay.
The man.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton is the man. Chris Evans, I'm not sure is he gay, but I don't think he's never not been with a man.
Yeah.
Listen, he's alive and good looking, and that's all I need.
Right, but he's Captain America. He'll cuddle everyone. He has to.
I mean,
that's not necessarily true.
Why? He's the captain.
Well, Captain America killed people.
With a shield.
World War II.
With a shield.
But it counts. I don't think
that's almost as bad as Wonder Woman having a lasso. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like, step it up.
Whoa.
Don't get
now you just crossed. I might kick myself out of the Zoom because of my blood pressure. Like, this is a health issue. Like, you're gonna put me in the hospital.
Bobby, how about Wonder Woman, but we change it to gay woman? And it's just...
Nope. Close, though. We cast, who was the other comedian the first night that you thought Ivana was?
Mary Montgomery.
We cast Mary Montgomery in the role, and it's more just, I wonder, is that a woman?
I Wonder Woman needs to be a new superhero. Bobby, that's the t-shirt we make. I Wonder Woman. It is just like the same outfit, but a little penis hanging out of the skirt. That's we can sell that. That's actually real merch.
And if it doesn't get picked,
I want to take Mary for coffee.
If it doesn't get picked up,
I want to take her out for coffee.
Makes sense.
You're both saying something.
Sorry.
That's all right. No one cares. No one knows who Mary is. No one knows who Wonder Woman is. No one wants to watch Gay Man. It's fine.
If we made I Wonder Woman and it didn't get picked up as a superhero movie, we can make it about Leah Thomas, like the I, Tonya movie.
How?
Because I wonder, is that a woman? Will she win? And then just make it a satire.
Oh, did you hear your girl's getting traded back to America?
Hell yeah, baby. We freed Britney. I like to think I'm 20% responsible for that, all the attention I brought to the issue.
We're trading a guy who's like a murderous weapons dealer for a WNBA woman.
Yeah, good. Get him out of our country.
We better get draft picks.
Send him back. Send him back. Right? That's what we do. We deport criminals. Get them out of here.
I do find it funny that I don't get political anyway, but I do find it funny that half of America is like, holy shit, bring her home. It's just weed. But that same half of America is like, yeah, those criminals in jail on weed, keep them in there. Like, we don't care when they're here. Tommy Chong was in jail forever, but we got to get her out because she's somewhere else.
I mean, I would argue, how many of those people can dunk a basketball?
I think Tommy Chong's been more valuable to the world than Brittany Griner.
I don't disagree. Yes, bring him out based on merit. I'm cool with that.
Yep. And he could probably dunk. In his day, he was tall.
Probably. I'm just saying, the dude who left the army and was like, I'm going to go join ISIS, we got back. We could get back our best basketball player.
Is she even our best?
She can dunk when she wants.
I know she's older now, but Sue Bird's better overall. I'm just saying. I'm Connecticut based. You want to do a story?
Yeah.
I'm a millionaire at 28 from selling my toenails, foot skin, used panties, and more. By the way, Bob, this is written by Ben Costigan, one of our favorites, so it's going to have puns in it. The former exotic dancer sells her body, and not in the way you think. Rebecca Blue, by the way, Bobby, with no C in that name, 2 Ks.
Wait, who did Rebecca blow?
Everybody, Bobby. Not enough people because she's selling toenails. Has become a millionaire by selling literal pieces of herself, including toenails, dead skin from her feet, dandruff, and even a used, I can't read that word, intrauterine device. I'm guessing that just means something inside her pussy. Videos detailing the skin merchant's used rags to riches story has amassed thousands of views on TikTok. If you see me throwing something in the trash, then there's a red flag because I'm usually keeping it in a bag to sell later. Blue from North Carolina told the Southwest News Service of her bizarre brand of flesh peddling. It's safe to say a lot of people want a piece of her. On average, the self-proclaimed professional goddess reportedly rakes in between $5,000 and $10,000 a month by hawking an array of bizarre and gross mementos from used tissues to panty liners. She likens the popularity to the trend of people bidding on items used by celebrities. One of the more bizarre videos with 2.5 million views, she describes how she started selling earwax cake Q-tips for $5 a pop. So all she's doing is digging in, selling it, and people are buying her Q-tip wax. Blue's skin slinging saga began after the then exotic dancer, who boasts 1.1 million TikTok followers, sold one of her stripping outfits for $20, which I almost kind of get. I don't get, but I get that more than earwax. However, while the customer was overjoyed by the purchase, the budding businesswoman initially thought nothing of the sale. That was until Blue became a webcam model and realized there was a growing demand for items, including used underwear and socks on the internet. Hoping to corner the salacious secondhand goods market, the entrepreneur started selling her peculiar mementos on the side. One of her first ventures entailed burping into bags, sealing it, and then selling her burps in a bag. It goes on to things she sold, like worn sportswear, used tissues, shoes dirtied by excessive walking. Here's regular shoes. Here's walked-in shoes. Here's a lot of walking shoes, and much more. We go to the salon and get our toes done. I asked to keep the flip-flops and the toenail dividers and the actual clippings and then sell that later on. People are buying it like crazy. Blue allegedly went from making around $50 a week when she started to making more than $1 million in just 10 years' time. So, I mean, it's still a lot there, but it's still $5,000 to $10,000 a week. Who is the piece of shit in this story? Is it Rebecca Blue for selling pieces or things falling off her, putting it out there, like the most desperate way in the world? Look, Steve Jobs died not knowing what the internet would be, but I don't think he thought that some lady would sell a rag from her vagina to a guy or her earwax strippings or whatever. Is it the people buying this shit? What are you doing with it? There's not going to be a Rebecca. I'm sure she's a tremendous star of the porn. I've never seen her work. I don't know who she is, but 2Ks is too close to 3Ks, and that's clan-like. You don't want to have 2Ks in your name. That's too many Ks. But like, if you're going to be doing this and selling it, what are you doing with this? There's no way you bought her earwax in her underwear and you're displaying it when a girl comes up. I'm guessing if you buy that shit, you're not going on a date. But maybe if a girl did come over, you did meet a woman for once, they would be like, let me see your collection of Rebecca Blue's underwear and like old pads. Like, why would you buy this? Is it the internet that at this point we can sell by? What's next? Can she sell her kidney? Because I thought we couldn't do that. But if she's selling everything else, can she now on OnlyFans sell her kidney? Are we getting to that point? Is it Ben Cost? Because is this really news? Once again, I hate to say this, but how is this news? He just watches TikTok and then gets paid. It's ridiculous. Who's the piece of shit of the story? Ivana, go first.
This is a tough one because on the one hand, I mean, I gotta give her a lot of credit. Okay,
me too. She's making money.
Inventive. Like, it's nasty. That's disgusting. But people are buying it. So I mean, how could you miss the business opportunity? And $10,000 a month?
Right, but what's the difference? And I know besides saying the job, why are people buying a porn star's? And I don't know who's known. I don't know her rankings or whatever, but I don't know if she's like a well-known porn star. But let's just say she is. Even if she is, what's the difference between buying her toenails and then just getting some next door neighbor's toenail clip? I get it. You could say if it was Babe Ruth's toenails, yes, gross and weird, but somewhere there's a market because the world knows who it is. I don't understand why you would purchase it. Now, I'll never get mad at somebody for selling something. You know, if there's drug dealers in the world, we can get mad at them, but they wouldn't exist if no one bought drugs. So like, you're the one buying it, so I only can get mad at the people that are letting this person sell awful things. So I can't get mad at her. You're right.
I'm like, but I'm just so torn because I mean, what?
Yeah.
What? What?
It's weird.
I don't know. I think it's like I think the attraction is like I don't want to say the nuance of it. It's got to be something like.
You think they're jerking off to it?
I don't know. It's like it's got to be something to it. Like it's got to be some kind of gimmick to it. I mean, my father always said, if you make something, someone somewhere will buy it.
Burp in a bag?
But I mean, think about that. She could just send the guy a Ziploc bag of air and say, here you go, $20.
Imagine if he had like a wine aficionado. He has an authenticator. He's got someone who snips it and feels it. Goes, this is definitely not hers.
Meanwhile, I can't even sell my coffee maker on like freaking Amazon.
But if you said you peed in it, you'd probably sell it for $50. That's how weird the world is.
But who'd want it? Why would someone want it?
I don't know, but okay. There will be people. You get on enough podcasts, start doing comedy shows, and that comedian, she's selling her pee in a coffee maker, and then someone's going, I don't know, I'll throw her 20. Like,
I'm upset you think my
she's making $10,000.
I'm upset
on a Q-tip.
I'm upset you think my pee's only worth $20. Wow.
I'm sorry. I don't know the value of pee or coffee makers, but who do you think's the piece of shit?
I don't know. I want to say her because I feel like that's a scam, but I also really can't because these people know what they're getting.
Right.
It's pretty clear.
So you're saying it's the people. It could be a tie. You can say both. It's okay. There's no
I want to say both.
That's fine. Bobby.
I think the piece of shit. So a lot of times I know somebody who does this. Like, if you get socks, it's just vinegar. They poured on some socks they bought at Kmart.
So they don't even work the socks?
No. Like, especially if they're, like, a big person. Like, Riley Reid's a great example. If she's selling clothing, there's a good chance she's not wearing it, right? If you're buying used panties, she poured some tuna juice on it. If you're buying socks...
Or you're just saying that?
What's up?
Do you know that for a fact?
I'm assuming at that volume, somebody like her. I'm not alleging that Riley Reid does this, but this person...
Because can people sue? It's such a weird market because I don't think it's a real business. Do they have to pay taxes off what they sell? Like, when they're doing this, do they have to? Because they're selling all this shit. She's making $10,000. Does she have to claim taxes and therefore have a business where she's selling toenail clippings? So therefore, can she be sued for selling the wrong thing?
I obviously don't know. I would imagine, though, if you were in that situation, you would probably, like, in the subject line that you were paying the person, say something like marketing advice. So it didn't seem like they were, doing something.
Like when they do the thing, like, tell me this picture is real, and from now, hold a newspaper up. Does she have to, like, hold her vagina up next to the pants?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, I get the clothing thing a little bit. Like, if they make a video wearing the clothing for you and then they send it to you, like, I get that. That's almost like
or if she's a famous porn star and she got fucked in that outfit, because if you're a porn guy, you're like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, or if she's like, I'm going to ruin these for you, Bobby, and it's a custom video. And then, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Like, I get it.
I know, but the word ruin just ruins it for me.
But bodily fluids, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Earwax, dude.
Also, where's the FDA when you need them?
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't.
My God. I was thinking the same thing. You go to a hospital, this is like biospecimen in a bag, in a thing.
The poor FedEx guy. He doesn't know what he's bringing. It's a box of Q-tips covered in ear. Okay, how much earwax is she digging? Listen, we all get a decent amount of earwax. You should always clean them up. I love a Q-tip. I use them every day because I just weirdly like the feeling. I like my ears being clean. But I wouldn't have enough to be making $5 a pop selling. How much you digging in there? That can't even be her ear. She's probably got friends just digging.
The one chick who was farting into jars had to go to the hospital because of her diet to keep up with it. But,
she was on the Fart in the Jar lady. I was on Chaz and AJ, and she called in, and then so I had fun with that. That was a good time. But I was like,
the piece of shit in the story is Rebecca Blue.
Yeah.
Why is that your name?
Well, that sounds like an easy porn name. Rebecca, you spell it wrong, and then Blue because you're like you said, Blue a guy. It's very simple.
No, it's cool. It definitely isn't because she's trying to parodize Rebecca Black, right?
Possibly for people that know that market, but I think for other people, I think it just works as a goofy name too. Like I don't know a lot of the porn stars' names, but there was one that was called Ivana Fuck a Lot, and I remember that back in the day. And I thought that was just the best one. Ivana Fuck a Lot. You're not even giving a shit. You're just like, I'm saying what I do, and here's a name, and I'm kind of making it a name. Like if I was a guy porn star, I'd be called Joe Fuck. Like that would be the name.
I'd probably go by my name. I'm proud of my work. Like, I work in a field where a lot of people hide.
You use your own name?
Yeah.
Oh. So I'd be like Sirloin or something.
Is my audio off? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, why?
Okay, I just feel like I keep starting in the middle of your sentences or something. I just feel like my timing's off. Give me 1 second.
It sounds fine here.
I'm going to restart my video real quick.
Okay. Are you going to put porn on? So you didn't name your piece of shit, though. Now you ran away.
I did. It was Rebecca. And
you started to say your name and stuff. I didn't know if you said it was her.
Yeah, I was going to do a whole bit, but it was all good.
The audio's not where you think it is. It's fine.
Okay. We're good.
All right. So I don't think it's Rebecca. I get it. People want to buy something. There you do it. I know comedians that aren't funny, but somehow they get booked all the time. And I'm like, who keeps paying them? It's like, people come to see them. I don't know why, but they do. And all the things that there are restaurants that I can't stand. Like, why would you sell that food? But people go to get it, so they keep selling the food. If people want to buy this lady's shit, she found a market, and now people want more and more. I kind of get the reason why there's more and more, because once she started selling just the toenails or the dead skin, that I'm sure a lot of people aren't buying it, but the small market that is like, I've got a ton of dead skin. What else? So she's literally looking around her house, seeing what the fuck's falling off her, and I get it. The piece of shit aren't those people either. Because, listen, I will never hate on whatever brings you joy in life. We only get one life, and then we die. If someone wants to go look for Bigfoot, somebody wants to go do comedy, somebody wants to go gain 600 pounds. I might not want to do it, but if that makes you happy and gets you through life till you die, enjoy your toenails. The piece of shit in this story are the women who work at the salon who realize she's making money and not keeping this shit and then battling her in a market for her own shit. Letting her have a monopoly on her own toenails is ridiculous. These little Chinese workers should be taking the toenail clippings and the flip-flops and still selling that and selling it for $1 less than she's selling, and then battle her for that stuff and starting a market on that. If more of these porn stars have housekeepers, all the ones that are selling all their shit, you could go there, like ex-boyfriends. Why aren't people that are involved but not involved getting involved? If you were the ex-boyfriend of a porn star or a boyfriend, sell the sheets you fuck on. Like, be like, listen, instead of her doing it, I'll sell them for $10 less because she broke up on me and she just got banged by 6 black guys. And then you can market this and you can be an entrepreneur. Take advantage of this situation. Instead of letting Riley Reid pour tuna salad on her pants, Riley Reid's father should be like, here's the pants I used to spank her in when she was 6. Someone's going to like that shit. It sounds creepy, but they're going to buy it.
Get what you can from her. Knock her up. Take that baby at 6 years old. Sell it to the head of Nickelodeon. He's now a sex slave. Make a profit. That's at least $6,000. You're probably going to get a movie.
You're just yelling at Dan Schneider at this point. But anyway, that's who the piece of shit is in this story. You still want to have a tie, Ivana? You don't feel like it one way or the other?
I feel like I need to bathe in holy water and get an exorcism.
And you can sell that holy water for $15.
Do you ever think there was?
What was that girl's name? She had the pink hair. She was like on TikTok, but also doing like porn, whatever, for a little bit. She was just like an anime thing. She was selling her bath water.
What? Wait, that's a real thing?
Her name? I forget her name. And then,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But people got sick from it because I think somebody was drinking it
Bella
or some shit.
Daphne.
Yeah, Bella Daphne. If you look that up, people were they drinking it? Something was there. The people got sick from the bath water.
I don't know if they got sick, but I know they analyzed it and they were shitting it.
Right, but they were huffing it too, or some garbage.
What?
Like, if you're gonna buy the water, I guess you gotta sniff the water.
I gotta be honest, Pat. Never in my life have I ever said this sentence, okay? And you know me, you know I like to talk, okay?
Yeah.
You have left me speechless.
Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't realize that you don't have to work as hard as you do.
What?
Yeah, just sell your shit. Listen, I was taught this at a young age, and it was probably too young to be taught this. But no matter how bad you're feeling about yourself, say one day you wake up and you're like, no one likes me, I'm down. We all have those moments. Just remember, somewhere, somehow, someone out there is jerking off to you right now. Always remember that. You might not know who they are. They might just walk by you at Target. They might have been in high school with you. They might have saw you on the subway. Someone's jerking off to Bobby. Someone's jerking off to me. Somewhere, someone's got you in their head. So always remember that. So therefore, you can market that, baby. We are all out here to be sold. That's all it is. So I like when someone's like, they don't start that business. You start whatever business you want. If that porn star, which by the way, I think it's funny that years ago, if you said you were a porn star, people look bad at that. Now we've evolved so much, no one thinks it's a bad thing. You're like, hey, do what you want. And then we're like, ew, she's selling her toenails. I go, she takes several cocks in one hole. That's probably worse than selling earwax. You know what I mean? Like, for your health, I'm guessing. How much skin?
So nothing ever actually happened with her bathwater. There were a bunch of hoaxes about it.
Okay.
My favorite one was that over 50 people got herpes.
From her bathwater?
Yeah, that was
that's a hoax, not real.
She had to debunk it, yeah.
I want to leave this planet.
Do you ever think there was like a wealthy guy who did a lot of bad things, and then like at the end of his life was like, fuck, I need to do something good to get into heaven, and then he just would go on to like these cam girls, and he'd be like, I got a really weird kinky request, and they're like, what's that? And he's like, I want you to convert to Islam. How much money would it take for you to and then he just pays them like $100,000 each to be Sunni Muslims for 3 years.
Is it contract?
Yeah.
You got to do the 3 years.
Yeah, and if you get
the money at the end of it, or you get it in payments?
You get it in payments, but if you get caught breaking Sharia law at any point,
that could be hard. You think it's easy?
I don't think one would think it was easy.
I think there's morons out there. The same people who think they could go survive on an island and it's going to be fine for 30 days, even though there's cameras, and then they cry in day 2.
My mind's an island, Pat. I have to survive there every day.
I hate you. You could buy Bobby's hat. Bobby, can we start selling shit from you, like your hairs from your beard and stuff?
Nah, man, I have some self-esteem.
I don't. I'll sell your stuff.
If I die.
Nobody wants dead Bobby shit. We want live Bobby.
No, it's more valuable if I'm dead.
No, it's easier to get. You're dead. We can just fucking pick it off you.
There's a limited amount.
No. I can keep you alive and then grow shit off you.
Nah, that's not.
Bobby, if it's a business, I'm going to think about the business.
I don't know, Pat. He got a point because when
No,
you
he doesn't.
think about it, no, because it's supply and demand. If the supply's low and the demand's high, you could charge more for pieces of Bobby. So, like that hair that you think's gonna grow back, well, he's dead. Charge double.
But I'm not going to tell people he's dead.
Then you should advertise.
No, I would say it's alive, Bobby, and then I'd sell a bunch, and then I would announce you're dead, and then make a ton of money off the leftovers.
But you already sold pieces of Bobby. You can make so much more.
But that was alive, Bobby, and this is now you get two. As a collector, you want both.
All right, maybe I could see that. I'm just saying, dead Bobby might be more valuable than live Bobby.
I have that debate. I have that debate with myself every morning. I go, you know what? Dead Bobby's probably more valuable than alive Bobby.
Wait, Bobby, I want you to live a long life. Don't worry.
Well, how long's long? I mean, Bobby, where do you think these people are buying this? Is it OnlyFans? They don't say that. Like, where can you sell your parts?
I don't.
Is that legal?
Know. I don't want to search it, dude.
No, I don't want to. I'm not asking you to search. I was asking hypothetical.
I would imagine it's like via OnlyFans.
Yeah, because it's not legal, I don't believe, to sell your skin that fell off.
I hope it's not legal.
You want a better story? You want to clean your mind a little bit?
I'm cool with whatever. I just don't want to sell humans body parts.
I just think we got on a really dark note. I need a shower of holy water, the Bible, and I don't know.
I don't know if this is going to be less dark, but it's going to be more fun.
Okay.
Now, if you heard the story the other day, it was big, is in New York, and that a kid that works at McDonald's got shot over cold fries. Have you guys heard this story?
No.
Okay, well, this is the aftermath of that. I'll bring the whole thing up, but it starts off with there was a young guy who works at a McDonald's. He was shot because a woman got cold French fries. Now, it sounds like that's just a fucking stupid thing that we hear about way too often, but there's more to this story.
Saying, no use shooting people over cold French fries.
Right, it's the new spilled milk. We all know that. Okay, so mom of man in custody for McDonald's cold fries shooting details what led to the incident, reveals son's chilling words. Now, this is written by Tina Moore, who actually does some of their better stories. The mom of the man held in the shooting of Brooklyn McDonald's worker over cold French fries told the Post on Tuesday that her son said afterwards he did what he had to do. Lisa Fulmore, 40, revealed her 20-year-old son's chilling comments while describing exactly what led up to Monday night's shooting that left a 23-year-old fast food employee clinging for his life. So he's not dead, but he's not on life support. He's on the McDonald's fry machine. They hold him on there and they're keeping him alive. They're keeping him warm. I talked to my son with the cops. My son is just saying that he gotta do what he gotta do, and the victim came after him, and whatever happened, she said. That's the quote right there. The mom of 3 boys said the incident unfolded after she ordered McDonald's on her mobile app and went to the Bed-Stuy eatery around 7 p.m. to pick up her food, which included fries. The fries were cold. She noticed that. She asked the girl to change the fries. The girl went back towards the fry thing, kind of made some moves, handed it back to her. She got into her car. She went to grab the fries. 2 of the fries were warm, and the rest of them were still the cold fries. The girl just put 2 hot fries on the top without fucking changing it, just thinking if she touches the top and it's hot. So it's kind of like if you were a bartender.
By the time she gets home, they're all going to be cold anyway. She'll never know.
Right. It's kind of like when I used to bartend, and when a guy's too drunk, but you know if you cut him off, he's going to yell. You just, instead of having a Jack and Coke, you just pour Coke, and then you take a little bit of Jack and you rub it around the rim of the glass so he smells the Jack, but he just drinks the Coke and he's not getting booze. You tell him it's on the house. You don't charge him because you don't be an asshole, but you also don't make him feel embarrassed he's getting cut off. It's kind of the same thing.
Fat tip at the end of the night.
Right. Well, it never was. It was always the drunk who's like, I had no money anyway, but still. So she tastes the fries. She goes in and she goes back in and she says, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? And then everybody behind the counter, all the employees were kind of laughing at her. And she's like, this is messed up. Like, I paid for food. Think what you want, but I paid for food. I'm supposed to get hot fries. I came back in, then you fucked with me, and they're laughing and mocking her more. And then when she goes, get me the manager, and they all laughed and said, the manager's not here right now. And then one of the employees said, why don't you worry about the food you still got in your teeth? So she's like, what? He goes, you got food in your teeth, girl. Get the food out of your teeth. So they start making fun of her, and now she's got food in her teeth. And she's upset. They're not going to reconcile it. So she FaceTimes her son. And she's like, these people are mocking me, and he can hear them. So he drives down to the McDonald's. And he goes in, and he starts to get into an argument, and he comes in there, and next thing you know, when everyone laughing again, I'll get to the point there where he does it, but like, he's like, I'm gonna come. She's like, no, don't come to McDonald's. I don't want you to get in trouble. But he's like, I'm already there. I'm pulling up right now. I'm coming in. And he's like, and he looks at them and says, you got to back off my mother. And then the son said,
I'm sorry, what did he say?
You got to back off my mother.
Okay.
Get off her, leave her alone. My son then said, come outside to the boy in the back that was talking the most shit, the one that was doing the tooth thing. So referring to the worker that was later shot. The employee didn't exit the restaurant at that point. And Fulmore said then just to say, son, hey, leave it alone. I don't want you to get in trouble. So I'm thinking my son was gone because he walked out the door. I'm thinking it was over because my son walked out the door. But 10 or 15 minutes later, the male worker came over to Fulmore asking, where's your son at? So now, I don't know why she's still there 10 or 15 minutes later. She's still waiting for whatever resolve. But at this point, I'm sure there was more fighting, whatever. But now this kid's feeling ballsy. He's like, well, fuck you. I can't fight you. Where's your son? She said her son left and then mind your own business. But he went outside looking for the son. Next thing you know, like 10 minutes later, you hear gunshots. Who's shooting? And someone replied, your son. Your son is shooting. I looked and I see a boy on the ground. Then I see my son running the other way. I called 911. He was arrested. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Now, yes, we want to say it's someone shooting someone. You should never shoot and kill people. I hope that kid is okay. We all hope for that. But at the same time, there was a lot going on. Is it the guy who shot someone? Yes, he shot them, but he shot them. He thought he was defending the honor of his mother, who was being laughed at in the McDonald's. Was probably the worst place you could be laughed at. A Bed-Stuy McDonald's. Being laughed at, ridiculed, made fun of for like things in her teeth, simply because she wanted her food her way, which is the Burger King slogan, not McDonald's. So I don't know why she thought she was going to get it her way. But is it the son? Is it the mother for not just letting it go? Do you know how many times I've gotten cold fries in my life? Many times. I've barely ever asked for anything back because I've worked in fast food, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in bars, I've worked in comedy clubs. I hate to say it, when you ask for something that, she's lucky she just got 2 warm fries. Usually you're going to get a little pee, you're going to get balls rubbed on something, you're going to get spit. They're going to fuck with you. I don't know why, but people get mad when you point out they did something wrong. I dated people like that. Like, oh, you're going to point out that I had problems? Well, I'm going to let the world know that you're bald. Like, they already know. But like, so is it the mother for going in and doing that at all and making a big deal and not letting it go and being on the phone? I get she was sharing with her son, but she could have just said nothing. No, she probably knows her son's a hothead. The fact that she was like, I don't want you to get in trouble is the first thing. It's not like if my mom called me and said, hey, they're being mean to me at the McDonald's, I would call the McDonald's and say funny but snarky things to them and make them feel bad. But my mom knows I'm not going to go shoot anyone. A, because I don't drive, but B, also because I don't have a gun. And C, I would never shoot people. So, but this girl knows. Is it the McDonald's staff for laughing and mocking her? Like, listen, you work at McDonald's. Relax. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be mocking people, but at the same time, you don't need to be an asshole. You're a business. You don't own the business. You just work at McDonald's. You're going to lose your job. I guess you don't care, but like, that's fucked up. Just not that you have to be the friendliest. You're not a great 5-star restaurant, but still, is it this kid who had to take it the extra step? He was probably trying to fuck one of the other McDonald's workers, trying to be cool. Like, look at me. I'll fuck your son up. That shit like that. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Bobby, you go first.
I've worked in fast food. So I kind of agree with you. I never give stuff back. I'm very understanding. And this guy worked at a McDonald's in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, right? You don't have to go looking for a fight. You're going to find one eventually. Yeah. That was a lesson I learned at Pita Pit. You know what I mean? It's 2 a.m. and you got to fight people out of your store.
You're talking about the kid who got shot.
Yeah, you don't need to. Like, if you want to fight at McDonald's, it's going to happen in a week or so. and you're going to be the good
that's
guy.
probably why he has that mentality, though, because he's in a place that fights.
Right, but that was always our rule. Just get him out of the store and then call the cops. Like,
Right.
Lock the door. There's a crazy guy. Because let's be honest, we're hearing the mom side of the story.
Right,
She was probably a lot more...
There's video account, too. This kid did leave the
Oh,
store.
no, I know. But she was probably more antagonistic. He's fired up.
Oh,
She's not the good guy, necessarily. I don't think she was some old lady like, please, can I have some warm fries? Like, I'm sure she was making a scene. And then the son came in. He made a scene. But then he's out of the store. You just got to go, ma'am, you got to get out of the store. Then you call the cops.
Especially
you know what I mean?
seeing there was 10 to 15 minutes before the kids started talking shit,
Yeah.
which means the mom was still there for 10 or... What are you waiting? New fries aren't going to take 15 minutes unless they're being assholes and like, yeah, it takes forever, bitch, and making her sit there.
And you shouldn't shoot somebody. We all agree. But, like, moms are a weird zone, you know? When people hurt your mom, especially when you feel like you're in the right, things get weird. Like, I detailed my car issues where the car mechanic made fun of my mom and was like, no, you just don't know how to use the AC. And she was like, I've driven 150,000 miles in this car. I think I know how to turn the AC on. Something's wrong. And the guy was like, no. We just forgot to tighten the oil cap, so everything's good to go. And then I had to call the guy and be like, hey, you probably shouldn't mock people for the AC if you forgot to tighten an oil cap. And then flash forward to this week where on the way home, what happened? Car overheated. I've got a gig in 3 hours, and you've never seen somebody looking for a rock just the right size to fit through a window in his backyard, quite like me on that Saturday. You know what I mean?
But you didn't shoot him.
No. But my mom was like, hey, don't fucking worry about it, because that's what moms are supposed to do. So the piece of shit's the McDonald's guy. You wanted a fight, you got one. You got a little more. You brought some roast jokes to a gunfight.
Yes. Lana, who's the piece of shit?
I don't know. I was definitely on board. The mother, the son, duo, they're the piece of shit. Okay, because people say shitty things. I've heard some horrible things said to me in my lifetime. I've never shot anybody over it. So, like...
But you're young. So it's...
Oh, but there's still time. She can change.
You never know. Cold fries.
No, I wouldn't. It just, that's stupid. I mean, I've gotten upset over petty things. Believe me, I am petty. That's stupid. But then you got a point, Bobby, when you say you brought roast jokes to a gunfight. I mean, you're in Bed-Stuy. You know the neighborhood. My vote's still on the mother and the son.
Okay.
Is there audio in the video?
They didn't make that clear. I don't think so. I think it's just video.
Okay, because then I'm going to speculate and say it's Bed-Stuy. The son said something along the lines of either I'm going to get my gun to shoot you, or if you make me come back, I'm going to shoot you. People like that tend to not just shoot. They tend to threaten a lot first. You know what I mean? So I feel like the kid knew what he was getting into. Be ready to fight.
Yes, you take someone's life, you're a piece of shit. But in this story, in the way we do things, it's not the kid who shot. It's not the kid who said, where's the son? I hate to say it, they're products of an environment. Where they're living, like Bobby said. That's kind of how you have to go out, because if you don't do anything, you're going to be punked out by someone else anyway. Unfortunately, that's kind of the rule of the McDonald's streets in that way. It's not the workers who are there mocking whatever. Their manager's not there, and I'm sure they're working in an environment where everybody just talks shit. I'm assuming that's a McDonald's that's almost like a barber shop, where it's just people talking shit, not giving a fuck about their job. I'm sure there's no customer service, and I'm not saying that because of certain people that work there. I'm just saying, if you've ever been to an inner city McDonald's, you're not getting a smile. You know what I mean? They're mad they're there. They're mad you're there. Everyone's mad. They do all that stuff. Yes, I'm a parent, and what I'm about to say is fucked up. It's the mom, 100%. Not only because of what she did, but you could just tell from the way she did it that she does this everywhere. Yes, it sounds like I'm telling my side, because the side before was a guy shoots people over cold fries. Like that other story you had a couple weeks ago about Subway, where the guy got shot because there was too much mayo. And then people go, yeah, there's a backstory to it. But all we're hearing is fast food shit, someone's being an asshole, this world's becoming monsters. And people are just shooting for... Bobby, you gotta say something?
God damn it, Mom, stop eating fast food.
Yeah, cook.
I'm running out of bullets. It's a
Cook a
goddamn
meal.
recession. You know how expensive this shit is?
Cook one meal. We want to do it. But the reason it is that not only did the mother go there with her typical attitude, and yes, she was given an attitude back, but know your battles, choose your wars, see what you're going to do. But also, nobody knows the son more than the mother, and I'm assuming this mother's gone around using her mouth, and the son goes there and fights her battles. I'm sure she's raised him to be like, I say what I want, and then when people get too lippy, my son comes in and kicks your ass. That's probably what she's done in her life her whole time. You know, if it was an ex-boyfriend or people that were like a landlord or whatever it is, he's obviously been trained to do this. Literally him coming there and her just going, I don't want you to get in trouble, and him ignoring that means it's been set that that's what we do. I talk the shit, you come and clean up the mess. So this kid literally will now be spending his life in jail because his mom couldn't eat cold fries. Another guy might never walk again or maybe not live because his mom couldn't eat cold fries. She had to put on a show. Yes, should you be given what you want? Sure. But is it worth ruining two young black kids' lives? Not at all. She's the piece of shit.
That kid's not going to have to work at McDonald's anymore, though, huh?
What if they get a McDonald's in the jail and he has to work there? That would be fucked up.
That'd be like the most common. Like, I could see the judge being like, you know what? This guy does not deserve prison. I don't want him in prison. You know what? McDonald's.
I would think you'll think that if this is real. But like we're saying, this is the mother thinking she's telling a story that's going to get her kid out of trouble, but focus too hard on herself. You could have really built this up more to make him sound good. It doesn't make him sound good. In her mind, maybe in the streets, it sounds like he was being tough, but defending his mom. But she really made about her being made fun of. And like, if she shot them, I would feel bad for her. Because they were like mocking her, talking about her teeth, and then she lost her shit. I'd be like, she was being bullied. But she took her bullying and got another bully to come bully her bullies. So it's like, he's going to be in jail for, depending if this guy dies, 10 to 30 years. Because he shot a guy at McDonald's. This kid's probably not going to walk again. And even if he does, he's the bitch who got shot at McDonald's. He better move to a different hood. You know what I mean? He went outside to try to fight. He got shot at McDonald's for talking shit. And it's not going to be good for him. He's going to get beat down for yelling. Someone's banging that mom. And that guy's going to beat him up if he does. You know what I mean? That's just how it's going to work out.
I mean, is this kid alive?
But as of this reading today, no. At 5 p.m. No, he is alive. Sorry, yes.
As of this reading, no, he is not.
He is dead.
He passed at 5 p.m.
He's selling his toenails right now. No, he's
unrelated causes.
He's alive right now. But and he might live. I don't know where he got shot. They didn't tell that part. But if you see the pictures of the video, the kid is laid out on the fucking ground outside of McDonald's.
Jeffrey got a job. Look at Jeffrey, everybody. Good for you, Jeffrey.
Imagine being that manager coming back to work.
I feel like you keep saying the manager, but I'm pretty sure that's how you get to be the manager of the Brooklyn Bed-Stuys, to be the best shit talker.
I'm guessing one of them was the manager. Because when they asked for the manager and they said they stepped out and they were laughing, I'm guessing like, one of them was and didn't want to fucking deal with the shit.
I think it's kind of like Wild and Out. He was the headliner. He came out and was like, I am the manager. How about the food in your teeth, you fat bitch?
I like that they made fun of the food in her teeth. Like, what are you doing? You work at McDonald's. You didn't even cook fries right. Like, I do like the two warm fry on top move. It's not I'm sure it's worked. But you got to get a warm container. That's what you got to do. I would have just put the container down, pretending like I made new fries. I would have dumped the fries back in and then scooped those same ones back up. Let them get a little warm on the thing. Not cook them, but make it so it felt warm. Just putting two on top, because cold fries are cold fries. It's two different dynamics. It's not worth shooting, but it's worth the punch.
I mean, you could just warm the fries.
You could make them new fries. It's fucking McDonald's. You're not going anywhere. You could just literally make new fries.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's McDonald's. It's not your French fries.
You
don't have to peel the fucking potatoes.
if you're gonna go through the hassle of warming the box, having this elaborate scheme, you could have just warmed the fries.
They might not have any more. Maybe they're that lazy they don't want to go and get in our bag. They don't sound like awesome employees.
If you own a McDonald's and your manager gets shot to the point where he's paralyzed from the legs down, are you legally allowed to still sell Happy Meals? Or is just sadness taking over your McDonald's?
It depends on who you are. That might make some people happy. Do the gun nuts defend this kid?
Something's gonna come out about the fight. He's gonna come up with a story where he had to shoot.
I feel like the gun nuts are gonna defend the kid because he was out there defending his mother. They came at him. He said, "Come outside," but then this guy wouldn't look for him, so therefore he was defending himself. And he's allowed, if he's allowed to carry. If he's not, I'm guessing he's not legally carrying.
But it's Brooklyn. And that's where I think that's where you're going to run into issues, and he's not going to have a legal gun. And they're going to not defend that because he didn't go through the proper background checks and training.
Yeah, we could probably get him on the show. Do you think we can get the mom?
Probably.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name?
They didn't give it.
Okay. Well, then just once we figure out the name, just put #free whatever.
Or did they give it? I got rid of the story. Now my phone showed me that Winona Judd story from yesterday. So I'm like, that's not. I was about to say the mother's name is Winona Judd, but that's not what that is. Bobby, do you have a story?
Did I ever talk about my Jersey cash-only register line story?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this was just a good old-fashioned... You ever having a bad day and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to amuse myself. So I was driving home like I do a lot, stopped at a Jersey Turnpike. There's a gas station convenience store. I grab a couple of drinks. I'm in line. It's wrapping around the store. And a guy, I hear like a commotion behind me. I've got my headphones on, and so I kind of pop one off to hear what's going on. And I hear him go, "Are you paying with card or cash?" And the guy goes, "Card." And he goes, "Okay, I'm paying cash. The right register's cash only." And I go to this all the time. I know that's not true. So I'm like, all right. He comes up, next person, same thing, gets to me. I go, "Card." He goes, "Okay, I'm paying cash, so that register's cash only." I was like, that's not true. "I'm not in a hurry, though, so go ahead." And he was like, no, it's cash only. And I was like, I mean, it's not, but I don't care. I'm not in that big of a rush, so go right ahead. I get you're in a hurry, man. Sometimes you got to be in a hurry. You got to do what you got to do. And he gets a little more frustrated and goes, "It's cash only." And I'm like, hey, whatever, man. Do what you got to do. We get up to the register. He goes to the one he claims is cash only. And surprise, surprise, I get up at the same time to the one that's not. I pay for my stuff faster than he does. The woman goes to give me my receipt, and I just go, out of curiosity, is that register cash only? And she goes, "What?" And I go, "Is that register cash only?" And she goes, No, it's not. And the guy at the other register freaks out and points to the manager who's like stalking behind him and screaming, "Didn't you say this line was cash only? Didn't you say this line was cash only?" And the guy stands up and like says something. He's like, "No, I never said that." And it's like real broken up English. And he goes, "See?" And the guy behind me in line, who he did it to as well, goes, "No, he didn't say that. He said he didn't say that." And the whole line starts going, "Line skipper," eventually. Like not chanting it, obviously, but like I go, "All right, see you, line skipper." And then everybody starts kind of pointing that out. And he just freaked out the whole way out the store. He was like, "He said it was cash only. He said it was cash only." And we just got to push his buttons and watch somebody explode for nothing other than our own amusement. And I think everybody who was in that busy line was stressed and got a little enjoyment out of it. So who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it me? Who gives a fuck? Just let the guy go. He's clearly got other things going on. Is it everybody else? Is it the guy who freaked out? Pat, we'll go to you first.
It's always you. Because none of this would have happened at all. I know you were amusing yourself, and I can go other angles. At the end of the day, none of this would have occurred. None of these things would have happened. Everyone would have gone on their day if you weren't bored.
But
no, there's no but. You are the one thing that went in there that changed everything. You are the needle in that haystack.
So
if you didn't do that, if you didn't go there at all, there'd be no issue there that day. You are the mother with cold fries.
Fair. Very fair. And in one, you're looking at it like a physics thing, right?
I'm looking at it like a man who knows that you went in there and started some shit.
Let me explain my metaphor. Like an explosion, right? You're looking at one equation of the forces. You're not looking at the overall system, okay? So for that one guy, yes. Did I make his day significantly worse? I like to think so.
You got other people heated. You caused a lot of things.
Everybody else wasn't heated. They all, like, nobody was, like, mobbing. It was all kind of just poking fun at this guy. I think everybody was getting amusement out of it. So if you look at their experience... Everybody else is in the store.
You caused them to be kind of bully. You changed everyone's day. Nobody was going to have any involvement in that store. No one was going to know anyone.
There were going to be a bunch of people who were like, fuck, that line was so long and so stupid. Why did we get off at this exit? One guy was probably going to hit his wife over it because he wanted to get off at the next rest stop. But now he's not because we picked on
now
the
he's really hitting his wife.
No, he's not mad. Everybody was just laughing
always
at
mad.
him.
He hits his wife.
Oh, you didn't hear what she said.
He's not a good man. He doesn't have like a good moral day. If he has a good day, he hits his wife. He has a bad day, he hits his wife. He hits his wife. He's
about the ninth time she said, "Let's go socks."
Leave him, honey. Leave him. You're better than this. Or duck. One of the two.
I want to meet this woman. What?
She's not real, but if she was, I feel bad.
That's fair. I'll allow it. Ivana, we're going to you. Who's the piece of shit?
Oh, I really want to say you.
Oh, man.
It's him.
Wait, I have a reason.
Me too. I had a reason.
Okay.
Why? You have a better reason than me. My only reason that I want to say it's you is because I just think it'd be so funny to blame you.
People like to blame Bobby, but it is Bob. But if Bobby didn't do that, it wouldn't have happened.
Right. If you didn't ask the question, no one would have known.
Let me tell you who the piece of shit is, guys. It's not the guy who freaked out. And surprisingly, it's not me. It's everybody else in line. Stand up for your fucking position in line. The third person who was like, you're making this up, he would have stopped. There was no indication it was ever a cash-only lane. I watched somebody pay with a card right in front of him. Like, stand up for yourself. You don't have to let things happen. And you, Miss Ivana, with your hardcore Boston accent, just, let him give me a spot. Be peaceful. Bull fucking shit. Would it help if I told you he was a minority in the wrong neighborhood? That's when you guys get violent up in Boston, right?
How dare you, Boston. Now I'm really thinking you're the piece of shit.
There you go. That's old Boston.
There we were. Me, Mark Wahlberg, hunting down some Koreans.
Oh, Mark loves that. You don't know about that?
No.
Okay, Google Mark Wahlberg racist sometime in your life. You're welcome.
No, I like him. We're going to leave it alone.
No, you're not going to like it. No. I'm not kidding. Google Mark Wahlberg racist.
Not right now, but just at some point when you're feeling real low.
What Mark Wahlberg, he should have been in jail forever because he's handsome. He got out of it. No, you should see this. What he did to Korean people, Vietnamese people, and black people when he used to chase them on a beach throwing rocks at them, calling them the N-word. And oh yeah. And then when he punched a guy in the face and called him a Vietnamese piece of shit, he yelled at and hit him and then didn't apologize. They tried to cancel him. Look it up. Just put Mark Wahlberg racist. You will have a good fucking time.
Wow. The things I never knew.
They covered it all up really good. He actually at one point was trying to apologize for it, then changed his mind and said no.
Just be careful with your Google and don't accidentally put Mark Wahlberg racy, because you'll still have a good time, but a very different experience.
Yes. Or Mark Wahlberg racing. It's when he tried out for Fast and the Furious and didn't make it.
Bobby, you're looking less like a piece of shit, and you were pretty low with that Boston thing.
No. Mark Wahlberg was not at that store. He does not get involved in the story, so we can't throw Mark in. He doesn't get to take over for Bob.
Well, what if he was yelling at people?
No. Come on, Bobby. Pat. It's Bobby's a piece of shit.
Come on, Pat. Don't kill my good vibrations.
Fuck. Stop it. Don't you quote Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch right now. I'm going to do one more quick story when we got here. Because this story relates, Bobby, to a story we did yesterday. But don't worry about it. You don't need to be there for that. Yesterday, we talked about how on the internet, there are people that got Beyonce to change some lyrics of a song from 2013 because she used the word spaz, and they said that was ableist because the word spaz can also mean people with cerebral palsy in certain parts of the world. She wasn't using it that way. She meant like spazzing out like on her ass. That's what this in her song. She wasn't saying, please have cerebral palsy on my ass. She was saying spazzing on my ass, but they made her change it. Bobby, this story came out today. You know who the main people trolling her to lead this charge was on the internet?
Gavin McGinnis.
Better. Monica Lewinsky trolls Beyonce to change lyrics about her 2013 song. Monica Lewinsky wants Beyonce's lyrics about her to be taken out of a song released 8.5 years ago because she also mentions Monica Lewinsky in the song.
That's so funny.
She's trolling and being fun with it, but people jumped on and were really all about it. Lewinsky's request comes after Beyonce announced that she'd been removing offensive song lyrics from her new song, Heated, Spaz song. So because everybody was on that and writing all this thing on Twitter, get rid of the Spaz song, that's now Monica Lewinsky jumped in with that saying, yes, get rid of that. But while you're at it, please remove my name from your song in 2013, and people jumped on that. She was trolling and joking around, but people were fired up and now are calling for that to be taken out as well. Who's the piece of shit in this short story? Is it Beyonce for just listening to anyone? But in our last story, she did not even talk. She had a publicist come out and say, hey, whatever, we'll change it. Leave me alone. Didn't even say anything. At this point, Beyonce's got to come out and just go, hey, everybody, I know you're kidding Monica Lewinsky and the bunch. Shut the fuck up. I'm Beyonce. I'm not going to listen to anything any of you say. I run the Illuminati now that Hillary Clinton's dead. I'm not worried about any of you. I know she's not really dead, but I think she died and someone's wearing a suit. Anyway, it's a whole lizard thing. But I think that now she should not listen to anyone and make a stand. I know that Monica Lewinsky was having fun. It's funny that the girl who's known for having jizz on her dress, who if anyone is selling a dress, it should be Monica Lewinsky, not Rebecca Blue. People would buy the Bill Clinton jizz dress or the cigar that was in her vagina. If you remember, you guys are young. That was the biggest part. It wasn't the dress. It's that Bill Clinton used to use her vagina like a humidor and put cigars in it and then take it out and smoke them because he liked the scent on it. That's the president of our United States with his intern. That's a real fucking thing he had to say in court.
Times like this, I have to say, let's make America great again.
Yeah.
Right? Let's have the president doing that. Like the good old days.
I mean, and she did get hired after. So, but is it Monica Lewinsky for trolling and having fun? Because in this day and age, you're not even allowed to troll and have fun because people are so nuts that they believe what she's saying. To anyone, if any of us saw that, we'd go, oh, look, Monica Lewinsky's trying to be funny. That's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Her whole fame comes off poor girl being taken advantage of by the president and having sex. And she's no matter what she does in life, she's going to always be known as the lady who blew the president. Let her have some fun. Who cares? Is it Twitter? I left it a year ago. This is now August. A year ago in August, I left Twitter and I sleep better. It's the angriest fucking place in the world. I'm happy I'm not on it anymore. And you don't see shit like this. The fact that people are ganging up on Beyonce. What does Beyonce do wrong? She makes music. If you're jealous of her, that's one thing. To even care about changing an artist's lyrics is nuts. It shouldn't fucking matter. Or is it cerebral palsy people? Because they should be like, listen, at least we're getting mentioned. You know what I mean? No one's singing about cerebral palsy. That's not one of the diseases we sing about. Let them be in it. And if that could, I would be happy. I'd be like, please make people think we're having sex. By you saying spaz on the ass, that means people think cerebral palsy people fuck. And then maybe somebody will blow a cerebral palsy guy because Beyonce told him to. You don't know. It might work out. Who's the piece of shit? Or is it me for making up that analogy? Who's the piece of shit in the story? Ivana, go first.
Okay. First and foremost, Beyonce is never the piece of shit.
I agree.
She's the queen, okay?
Yep.
I love
Queen
her.
bee.
Like I'd take a bullet at McDonald's for her, okay?
She would never get cold fries, though. They would give her the hottest fries.
No, because she's wonderful. She could do no wrong in my eyes, so she's never the piece of shit.
Especially in Bed-Stuy with JC. Yeah, they ain't fucking with him.
That'd be...
Yeah, he's a hero. His face is probably painted on the side of the McDonald's. It's Ronald McDonald and Jay-Z and Beyonce on the side of that McDonald's. All right, so it's not Beyonce.
Yeah, but Beyonce's too good for that. Anyways, it's not going to be any people complaining because everybody's got an opinion. Maybe maybe the cerebral palsy people got point, that's their opinion. I don't fault people for voicing it. I I blame Monica Lewinsky.
She's having fun.
Nah, I blame her. She had to stir the pot.
Everybody uses a butt of a joke. She should go around trying to tell every comic they can't say her name. That would be hilarious if she was running around, take my name out your mouth like Will Smith and yelling. Like, that'd be great if she started yelling at everyone. That would be funny. Following a documentary of Monica Lewinsky getting her name removed from everything in the world. Because in the 90s, she was the butt of every goddamn joke.
That's what I mean. If she's the butt of every joke, what's the difference with Beyonce?
It's funny now. She's not serious. She was jumping in. People were attacking Beyonce for the spaz thing. So she was like, while you're there, get rid of me. And tried to make light of it, I think, in a way. But then morons thought it was real.
In Ivana's defense, though, you would think Monica would learn to think twice, because like the last time she had some fun, things got a little out of hand. So maybe pause and think, what's going to be the big picture here if I do this?
Also, you got to think about how she got her fame. So she's always going to go after the bigger star and just try to be kind of involved. So she got her fame because she blew up the president. Who's bigger than the president? Beyonce. So you ride the coattails there. So I got to give her credit. She's trying to stay relevant. How does she make money? No one fucking knows. She probably has some kind of job, but she's in the news again, and all of a sudden she'll get to be talked about. She'll get to be on some podcasts.
She's a cigar aficionado. She
is not. She is not.
She's like, here, let me see. Ooh, that has a oaky type flavor to it. And
she has oak in there. I've never smoked a cigar. I've never smoked a cigarette, so I don't know anything about that. I have smoked a blunt or two in my day, but that's not a cigar. But I wouldn't know. What do you think that does, putting it in someone's vagina and then smoking it? It can't add to it.
That's nasty.
I would think so. I think it's kind of like when you're buying someone's clit. I think it's more about the dominance. I think Bill Clinton was just like, look what I can do to you. I can make you a humidor, right?
I think he enjoyed it. I think it was almost humiliating for him. Like, he was going to smoke it later somewhere where they were both at. They would both know, but nobody else would. Like, I think it was
humiliating for him or for her?
A little bit of both. Like, not even
for him.
Not even necessarily humiliating, but like public play, like secret. It's just kinky. I don't think it was like, ooh, the vagina really accents the nicotine well. It makes it hit harder.
Do you think if he never cheated on her, on Hillary, and this Monica thing didn't happen, that we wouldn't have the monster we have now who's killing like 30 fucking people and like taking out everyone and like trying to dominate the world and be the president, get mad when you get wearing the pantsuits? I think she would have let it all go. I think Bill, with him fucking, said, just do what you want. And she took over the world.
I'm going to phrase my words very carefully here.
Yeah, she's going to kill you.
I think at that point, the Clintons had a suicide plague their friends and family already pretty significantly.
No, I'm not talking about the Monica one. He was obviously cheating since day one.
I don't think there's love there.
Yeah, they were kind of put together to be a thing.
I don't think they were even put together to be a thing. I think she picked him out and was like, I like you. They met at law school. She walked up to him and was like, I want to date. Like, I think she was just like, I like this guy.
Like a House of Cards thing, though? I think it's like that. Like they're building their careers type deal?
Yeah, I don't even think it was love. I think there was kind of like, there's this Greek myth, the most beautiful Greek god. Do you know who she's married to? Hephaestus, who's like this ugly dude who works in a volcano, right? He's like all hideous and scarred. So basically, the beautiful one showed up. Everybody wanted to marry her. And she was like, all right, I'll pick a suitor, but I'll listen to everybody. And Hephaestus went to his mom and was like, you're the goddess of wisdom. How do I win this? And she told him to say something. He walked up to Aphrodite, whispered this thing in her ear. Everybody made their offer. They were better looking. Like Zeus even was at one point. And she went and chose Hephaestus. And the reason why is Hephaestus was like, he whispered in her ear, I work late. It's basically like, you can fuck whoever you want.
That is not how that went.
I swear to God. It's a
I work late?
Yeah, I'm always working late in the sense that you, like, I'm in the volcano.
He didn't work at a volcano.
Yeah. He was like, I'm always doing this. You can bang, basically. Like, I don't care. Really? I just want the status of being married to you. I think Hillary made a similar offer. Like, yo, I think you're going to be president. You can bang whoever you want. I work late.
I work. Fuck you.
Also, I do want to go back and say, given the Clintons' propensity or allegations of the Clintons for eating babies, if that turns out to be true, do you think he was just like hurting for adrenochrome and was like, this will have to suffice till I could get back to the island. Like maybe
she just had a miscarriage and he was dipping
or
it
something
in.
like or she was on her period and he needed that to get through. I don't know how adrenochrome works. Ivana, you seem to be the expert.
I don't know if you just watched Ivana's face just change from like, I'm on board to when's this end? But right when we just discussed the miscarriage dip, that kind of changed everything.
It just escalated so much.
That's what we do. It's our charm.
We made it an hour and 18 minutes longer than we usually do.
I need like extra holy water. I need to go to my grandmother.
Your grandmother, did she ever have cigars?
No, but she does edibles.
There you go. That's good.
Hey, Grandma, why did Grandpa do that thing with the cigars?
Wait.
Where do you think she keeps the wooden spoon? You know, it's like All right, so we're deciding what the piece of shit. I don't know. I think.
Oh, the piece of shit. I think I have an answer.
Yeah.
So, the last time Beyonce was attacked was by a female Fox News correspondent who came out and made this allegation and was like, "Your husband is was a drug dealer," and everybody thought they were just gonna like ignore it or even sue for libel. Instead, Pusha T called Jay-Z and they dropped a song where it came out and it was like 25 years of slinging Johnson & Johnson. Yeah. The note, and like it just basically, I did do it and now I'm winning your game too. I cannot wait for the Jay-Z diss. Like
to who? The Spazzes or Monica Lewinsky?
To Monica Lewinsky.
No, I don't think so. I think they're gonna leave
before you make my wife take lyrics out, how about you take the cigar out?
Possibly, but I don't think she was really trying to make I don't think she wants to. If anything, she wants lyrics in. She wants her name mentioned in everything.
Pusha T comes out and drops a diss track like he did on Drake. Putting a cigar on your pussy is sick, sick, sick. Come on, girl, that's not a dick.
No, Bobby.
All right, that was good. That was pretty good.
No, it was good. I don't know the song, so I was like, it's fun. But
that's the.
I know a lot of them. I am a 47-year-old white man. I don't know all of them, but like, okay. If you were going to try to resolve this, you were Monica Lewinsky and was like, hey, sorry. Or let's say you were the mother who wanted to send the mother of the kid who got shot something. In either of these things where you want to make people feel better, wouldn't you send them Silk City hot sauce? Isn't that what you would do? If your kid is going to shoot someone at McDonald's and then it doesn't kill them, and you want to make sure the family goes, hey, I'm sorry that your kid's paralyzed now, and now he can't work at McDonald's anymore, or he can work there, but not as good. He can't really work the fries. He's got to just work the register now. I think the perfect gift to send them is Silk City hot sauce. You go to their website, silkcityhotsauce.com. They have all kinds of sauces. And believe me, people in Bed-Stuy love hot stuff. They do. I'm not trying to be stereotypical. They just really like that kind of stuff. So you go on there. I wouldn't send them Badass Jew. What?
Did you hear the latest sauce he has out?
No.
It's actually Michael J. Fox's Spaz sauce.
Ooh, that's out now?
It'll make you shake.
Yeah, it says you don't even have to shake it. It shakes for you. It comes shaking.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of hint of parsley. It's called cerebral parsley. They've got it in the sauce. It's beautiful. And you put it in there. It's great. You might have never heard of them, but Silk City Hot Sauce is an amazing sauce place out of Vermont. This guy, Jeff, he's great. He supports comedy, and especially comedians and podcasts like this that say whatever the fuck they want. He makes sauces. A lot of the comedians, like Aaron Berg, people like that, have their faces on the front of these sauces. He makes incredible artwork on them. He's a guy do that, but he makes these sauces at his home with his wife and his kid, and with the peppers, and it's all fresh shit. And he gives us, our fans, 15% off. They use the promo code POS.
POS as in, where's my son? Probably outside shooting.
Yeah.
POS.
That's it. If you're a mom whose son's going to be in jail for a long time and you want to bring him a gift when he's not getting conjugal visits, you just bring him some Silk City hot sauce. It's the gift that keeps on giving. But if you're thinking, hey, should I buy this for a pedophile? We have made this clear. The only people he won't sell his sauce to are pedophiles. Now, I don't think he asked the question first, but we're letting you know if he finds out, Chris Hansen will come to your house and take the sauce away. You're not allowed to have the sauce if you're a pedophile. But if you're just a murderer at McDonald's, you can have the sauce.
I mean, truthfully, if I ever saw my face on a thing of sauce, I was thinking it'd be marinara sauce before it's going to be this sauce. I mean,
he watches these shows and he could do that. He could make them.
That's a really good merch idea.
I saw you had me at face on sauce, and you
should do that. You should sell like I don't think there's any Italians comedians that do that yet. You should sell like Mama's old fashioned Italian sauce.
Yeah, my grandmother throw it out actually.
There you go. Yeah.
She'd see my face on it. She'd be like, "This is a piece of shit," and then she'd throw it out.
No. Your grandma loves you. She's an Italian grandmother. She loves you.
She does love me. She lets me talk about her in my act.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna do a fun name off your name for the sauce, like your name, like Ivana and then Bonetti, but you take the Eddie off and you're just like Ivana Bone Sauce. I don't know if it's exactly what people think it's gonna be, but it would be eye catching. And it's just you with like a pot of sauce in between your legs going, like that. And then people would buy it. Like the artwork's already there.
Yeah, like for the first 20 minutes of this podcast, I was a little slow because I was like, where's this Irish chick Nettie Pat wants to bang? And then I put it together. It was your name.
No, it's not an Irish person.
I thought it was an Irish girl named Nettie. Come on. Your name's Pat Oates.
Wait a minute. You count how many vowels are in my name. You thought I was Irish?
No, he said his play on words is, I want to bone Nettie. Like that's where he actually ran this by me before the show. I was wondering when he was going to cram this joke in, and it was right at the very end. Perfect timing there. If you want Bobby to cram in a joke with you, buy Silk City hot sauce, and he'll send you a free joke.
Wait, yes. Really? I get a free joke and my own sauce?
You've just got an hour and a half of jokes for free.
I think I gave her 3 in that hour and a half.
But if you go in there and buy the sauce, he takes care. You usually get a free gift. I got one every time I get it. Usually, if you buy some sauce, you get like a free cherry sriracha or something like that too. He has like 15, 20 flavors. It's awesome. They also have syrups. They have elixirs. They have all kinds of shit.
And
it's fucking great.
If they want to know, they heard about it on this podcast, Pat. What promo code do they use one more time?
They use POS. What does that stand for, Bobby?
Where's my son? Probably outside shooting.
Probably outside shooting. That's what it stands for this week. POS, say 15%, which is by the amount of leg work that kid's going to have now. He shot 15% left of his legs. That's what he's going to have.
What amount of his spinal nerves good? 15%.
How warm were those fries? About 15%. You know what I mean? It's right there. It's just the perfect amount of warmth in the fries.
Wait, so if I buy this sauce, I'm very interested in the sauce with my face on it.
No, you can't buy a sauce with your face on. That's not, they haven't made that.
No, but I'm still on this now.
Hot sauce. You're Italian. It's hot sauce. It's not sauce.
No, but I want sauce, and I want Robert to, Bob, I want him to admit he was the piece of shit at the other store.
Go to Silk City Hot Sauce, and then get their email, message Jeff, and say, hey, I was on POS. Here's my idea. He weirdly entertains these things. I'm not kidding.
And he then he's going to respond. You know who else was on POS and had a
I want somewhere in the disclaimer, Bobby was the piece of shit in the story. Like,
Jeff has been a guest on this show and then called Bobby a piece of shit. So, Ivana, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. It was fun. Please tell people where they can follow you and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. You follow me, my Instagram, my TikTok, at Bonetti_Ivana. You
got to learn how to spell all that, but if you can't, just flip it and you're good. Just with the little underscore and you're good all there.
You got to flip it. Like it's not high, it's bone.
They'll figure it out.
PTI.
Bobby.
We did the Davy Mac Sports program yesterday. We had Chris Pepper Stanley on. Check it out. A lot of fun things happening there. Stay tuned. And August 14th. Stevie Lou's famous show in Brooklyn. Me, hopefully Mike O'Donnell. He's on the show. I think there was a communication error, though. He doesn't necessarily know he was on the show, but come check it out. It'll sell out quickly. Get your tickets now. That's oldmanhustle.com or something.
Hey, tell Stevie I want to do one of those because I haven't been up there in a little bit. I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
It'd be fun to go back. I haven't been up there in a little bit. Subscribe to Compound Media. I know it's where Bobby works and it's things like that, but just subscribe to it. Bobby's got something cool that might be coming out pretty soon. There might be other things that might be on there. All I'm saying is that it'd be good to be on there to check it out. But also, you can see all my old appearances on Anthony Cumia's show and stuff like that. You can see the original pilot of this show with me and Frank from a couple of years ago. It's a lot of fun stuff on there. Support them. They're doing fun things. The Freedom of Speech Network. Go subscribe to them. And while you're subscribing to shit, go ahead. What?
And while you're there, check out How Could You Forget? The game show series.
Yes, check out all Bobby's things. And you can also check out other things. subscribe while you're subscribing to things, getting over to the YouTube, subscribe there, and get on the Patreon. It's for $3 a month. You get tons of content. You'll be seeing this. You get at midnight, you get to hear Ivana's voice and my voice, and then go, wow, Bobby has a soothing voice. That's what's gonna happen. People are gonna go, wow, Bobby's like an angel compared to these two fucking people right now. This will be nobody's ear porn. Yeah, no one's jerking off to this episode. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the one. This is, maybe volume off.
Kish, emailing me, for the love of God, please boost yours and lower theirs. Please, yes. Bobby.
Yeah, this is the one, Bobby. If you're too soft, they're going to be so fucking mad. Yeah, this is not going to be the one for that. But subscribe to all that stuff. We appreciate you listening as always. And Bobby,
if you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit. Like the guy who keeps using the same catchphrase but can't seem to remember the order.